Jeremy Corbyn, okay, comes from that very hard part of the left that their fundamental belief is that Jews control the world through capitalism. That's where it comes from. It comes from Karl Marx.
Let me stay there, Jonathan. I'm not cutting you off at all, mate. Stay there. I want to bring in John in Romford, because you have a different view on this, John.
Yeah, so I think, unfortunately, Johnathan, you're just talking absolute rubbish. I'll tell you why you're talking rubbish, yeah? Because Jeremy Corbyn is, for me, I'm a black man, by the way, yeah? And he is the most least racist politician out there, right? Now, Jeremy Corbyn, like me, has a problem with Israel. And I'll tell you why I've got a problem with Israel. Because I have a problem with any government who think it's okay to send soldiers into a civilian area, right? Now, because, you know, there's a fundamental difference between a soldier and a civilian, and that is that a civilian doesn't carry a gun. Soldiers do not have social skills.
All right, John, bring it back to Corbyn, John.
Yes. Yeah. So as I said, Jeremy Corbyn, right, is not an anti-Semitic. He's not racist in any way. And for anyone to suggest though, it's just completely ridiculous. And I believe there's another agenda being set here, right? You know, to make sure that to try to keep Jeremy Corbyn out of power, right? Now, Jeremy Corbyn is a person for the working classes of this country, right? Now, me as a black man, right? I know all about racism. When it comes to racism, I know all about it, right? And for the Jewish community to come out against the least racist politician in this country in this way, it says a lot about them. It says more about them as people than anything else. I have plenty of friends who are Jewish.
You're convinced, John.
Israel.
Okay, you're convinced, John, that this is about being against Israel, and that's Corbyn's position. He's not anti-Semitic. Johnathan, do you want to respond to what John was just saying there? It's ridiculous what you're saying, he said.
Okay, so the first thing that John said, or one of the things that he said, was he's against Israel, right? Now, immediately he's equating Israel with Jews. If France goes in somewhere and does something, he doesn't say, I'm not anti-Christian, I'm anti-France. He immediately associates Israel with Jews. Only 80% of the population in Israel is Jewish. There's a 25% of people in Israel that are not Jewish. They go in the army, they serve in the courts, they serve in the police, and so on.
But Johnathan, John's point was he's not talking about Israelis or Jews. He's talking about the government's position.
No. You have got to separate Jews from the government of Israel, and every single person that says I'm not against Jews, I'm only against Israel, is an anti-Semite.
How is that?
Because they just haven't realised it yet. They haven't.
What do you mean they haven't? John, so John, you don't realise, John, you're an anti-Semite.
Yeah, of course. I don't realise I'm an anti-Semite. What a ridiculous comment to make! Yeah, I never said anything about Jews. And I said what I said.
Why did you say Israel? Why would you mention Israel?
Because we're speaking about we're speaking about that issue. That's the issue we're speaking about. And you know, and the issue that comes up, yeah.
It would be like me saying, I'm not anti-black people, I'm just anti-something stereotypically black, or something associated.
Yeah, but you could say I'm anti-Nigeria, but not anti-black?
Yeah, you could quite easily say that.
When does anyone ever say it? No one ever said...
All right, I'll say it. Nigeria is a cesspit when it comes to its government because it's been corrupt over the years, it's treated its people badly, and it hasn't got a handle on the corruption that threads itself throughout the whole country.
You know what? If Jeremy Corbyn said that, I would say he's not an anti-Semite. Yesterday, the Syrian government killed 65 Palestinians in a refugee camp. Where's Mr. Corbyn's condemnation of that? He doesn't condemn it, because it's all to do with Putin as well. He's big leader, and also because it's not Israel. The man is a vile anti-Semite.
John,
you're just a completely a completely ridiculous thing to say. I don't know. I don't actually understand where these guys are actually coming from. Because look, let's put it this way. Yeah, I guarantee you that Diane Abbott gets more racial hatred than every single Jew in this country. I guarantee.
Let me tell you something. Do you think Bernard Manning is racist?
Yes.
I think he's having a laugh. That's all he's doing. Having a bit of a
he might be having a laugh for you. He might be having a laugh for you.
There you go, fella. There you go, fella. Jeremy Corbyn might not be an anti-Semite to you. Here's a Jew. He's an anti-Semite.
By the way, are you Jewish? By the way,
absolutely.
You are right. Let me tell you this. Right? Let me tell you this. Just let me tell you this. Right?
Jonathan, let John just put a point to you, Jonathan.
Do you remember when the EDL was going to go on march in North London? Right.
Yeah.
Me and my friends was coming down there to stand side by side with the Jewish people of North London to make sure that the EDL know. To make sure that the EDL knows. Right. So let me tell you this. Right. So let me tell you this. I am not anti-Semitic. Jeremy Corbyn's not anti-Semitic, right? You guys need to check yourself, right? And
too busy controlling the world, brother. Too busy controlling the world.
Who is
myself? You see, what you say? You people have got to check yourself. What do you think? We're a homogenous group that we all think the same. We're individuals.
I've never once said. Stop! You're putting words into my mouth. I've never once said that Jewish people control the world.
You people have got to check yourself.
Yeah, you have to check yourself. You have to check yourself.
I think, Jonathan, I think he's saying you people who attack Corbyn need to check yourself.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Right, and
you people. That's what he means.
Tell me what I'm saying. Don't you dare tell me what I'm saying. Don't you dare tell me what I'm saying. Right, I'm telling you people who went outside the House of Parliament the other day. You people who went outside the House of Parliament the other day. You need to check yourself because you are not acting correct in how you're talking about Jeremy Corbyn.
All right, listen, John, I'm going to stop you there. Jonathan, too. Thank you both. Two Johns head to head with very different thoughts on Mr. Corbyn.